Hello, my crafty friends. I wanted to paint with Aunt Beck this afternoon, but I had things I had to do and I didn't get to paint with her. I was feeling sad. So I decided I'm just going to make some painty papers by myself. But I decided um, I would do a video while I'm doing it so y'all can enjoy the painty paper making if you want to. I'm going to start out just covering the paper. I'm making the ones that Becky talked about putting, ooh, don't want that. Okay. Where she talked about, just putting a post-it note down to leave a space for someone to write. And we also talked about using strange sizes of paper and different kinds of things so that you can make pockets and tuck-ins and tips and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to just paint on these. I think I'm going to leave those down because I may want to do another color. I already kind of got the back a little bit. That wasn't intentional, but it's all right. But I thought if I put a coat of paint on these, and then I can come back with the jelly plate and do some pretty stuff with them. Anyway, that's my thought at the moment. So that's what we're going to work on. I should have gone ahead and gotten out paints. I need to be using up some paint, and so that's what I first intended to do, was use up some paint, but the first two I picked out here are not. Oh, that ruined that, didn't it? Okay, from now on, you go down. You don't. Oh, well, it's all right. It's all right. Let's stick that back on there. No, that'll stick to it then if I do that. So we'll just stick it over there. It's all right. Making a painty paper all by itself. Okay, let me hang this one up to dry on my handy dandy little clothesline. That I've got strung across my room here. It's one of those retractable clotheslines that I think I got it for about, I don't know, $6 or $8 on Amazon. And it's been very, very handy. If you like to jelly print or do a lot of painty papers of any kind and you don't have a lot of space to lay stuff out, this retractable clothesline is wonderful. Of course, if you work in a space that other people have to walk around in, they might not appreciate it too much. But I'm doing mine out here in my studio, so I don't have to worry about people walking around. So I get to work in my roll-off book and paint papers and paint Post-it notes all at the same time. It's a win-win. Let's just go ahead and put a little bit more of this out. I think this one is probably outlived its life. It's got those goopy parts. I don't like the goopy parts. But there's still some good paint in there. So I'm going to pull off the goopy parts and use the good paint. Don't want to waste it. Okay, I think that's good enough for that one. I'm just going to keep doing some of these, and we'll move on to a different kind of later. Maybe when I run out of Post-it notes, I don't know. But I got quite a few of these. Oops, that one's not straight. I don't guess it really is a huge deal, but I like to be sort of neat. Okay, I'm kind of liking this turquoise and green, so we're just going to go ahead and go with that one for this one too. I'm sorry y'all have to hear me beating on this. It's a little quieter when you're using a jelly plate. So maybe it won't be quite so annoying when we get to that stage. Okay. Alrighty. Let's just go ahead, one more of these with these colors, and then we'll move on to some different paper and do something different. Oh my goodness. Might would have been better off just to go ahead and give up on that paint, but it's hard to make yourself throw away when there's still some good in there. Don't want to waste it. Okay. See if we can put something down without. I usually have several of these wipe-off books out here. I'm not sure where my other ones are, but I'm going to move this and let it dry. Somewhere. Okay. Right now, I'm probably using about the cheapest kind of craft paint you can buy. This apple barrel. Just goes to show you don't have to have fancy paints to make painty papers. Oh, wow. I really like that. Well, let's go ahead and do some more of that purple. It's probably all the greenish blue stuff we're going to get, so we can move on to adding another color to it. One reason I do this is because my jelly plate is not big enough to cover the whole piece of paper. And this way I get something on the whole thing. And then if, oh goodness, be careful. Don't be so rough. That's me. This is just a first layer. Fun stuff comes later. I probably should have done this note on a video because it's not that interesting. Tell you what, I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video and do a bunch more of these, just throwing paint on, and then we'll come back and work on the jelly plate. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move to the jelly plate and put on another layer here. Don't know how it's going to turn out. I haven't ever done it with Post-it notes on the paper. I've put stuff on the top of the jelly plate before, but let's see. Let's just this. Can't do the whole piece of paper, so we'll just do this. Use another one of these to cover up the edges. I meant to put some kind of pattern on that, and I forgot. I was so worrying about the... Well, that's what happens. You get paint, but you lose your sticky note. Let's stick this back on here so we can do the bottom. But I got some pretty sticky note paper here. Guess I could go ahead and put these back on too. In case I get up to that area. All right, let's try. I think that was all I have in that bottle, so let's see if this is the same. It's not the same, so we'll just use it anyway. Okay. There's something on here causing problems. There it is. If you get a little something on your on your roller, it makes weird little things on your jelly plate. So if you start seeing those weird little things coming up on your jelly plate, it's probably on your roller. Okay, let's do it this way. There we go. Come on, flatten out. Okay. So you can do a background just with the jelly plate too if you want to. And because I used just did part of it at each time, I managed to go ahead and cover the whole paper. It's just not quite as easy as having a bigger jelly plate and doing it all at once. Oh, I think that one's probably a little too wet to even hang up. I'll just lay it aside for a minute. And then I'll hang it up when it gets a little closer to dry. Okay, we're going to work on this one next. When you only work on one side, sometimes you end up with it rolling like that, even once it's dry. That's okay. Let's add a little more blue. I'm hoping this time I'll be able to pick up some of that underneath stuff. But I want to make a texture, so I'm going to use this card that I used some scissors and cut a pattern in it. Okay, where did that go? And I might even use this little silicone brush here and make some circles. Definitely not perfect circles. Okay, that's fine. All right. Now let's put this on there. And I'm not very good at centering them perfectly, so this is definitely not centered right. Which will give you a border around it that's not completely centered either. But it's fun. Makes for a fun page. And you can sometimes go back in here and pull up some stuff to kind of camouflage that border. Let's see if we can do it this way. So mostly I was able to add some to it. So that's fun. Okay. I'm going to let this dry just a minute, and then we'll add another color and see what we can pull up. We'll do this one next. Let me look at my wipe-off book and see if it's ready to have some more stuff on it. Okay. Probably should stick wax paper in between those. And that, well, no, it won't hurt. If it sticks, I'll just tear it. It'll be okay. It's just a wipe-off book. Just give it more texture. Okay, let's go with a completely different color here. Let's add in some red. No, that'll look Christmas. We don't want it to look Christmas. How about kind of an orangey? Oh, goodness. Well, at least that wasn't my water. I'm going to put my lid on my water so I don't get it all over the place. We'll do this apricot. And then I'm going to try to even it out. Okay. And I'm going to use this part of the filter. A filter I had that doesn't really fit my humidifier. So I decided I could play with it out here. You can use anything. All right, let's see what we get here. Okay, stick that down. Okay, well, we pulled up some pretty stuff there. Now I need to put this back on it. But aren't those going to be pretty when we get through? Okay. Now then we will, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do that again for the bottom part. See what comes up. One of my bad habits, and if y'all have watched my other jelly plating videos, this is no surprise. One of my bad habits is putting too much paint on. So a roll-off book is essential for me. It's the only way I don't feel guilty. Okay, let's see what happens if we start about right here and put that down. And it won't hurt to take all the rest of it off on here. We'll just put some paint on this paper. See? All right. Oh, I forgot to texture it. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Let's hang that one up, and I think this other one's dried enough I can hang it up now. It was pretty goofy while ago. Okay, here's another one. And let's do, go ahead and do just some real orange on here. Eventually, we're going to pull all this stuff up. Should have gotten out some deli paper because that pulls it off real good. All right, now we'll try to even it out a little bit. And let's do another kind of texture. Let's use the bubble wrap. Okay, add some texture to that with the bubble wrap. Give them another one of these because that one's getting messy. Okay, that's what it's looking like. We'll go ahead and pick up our Post-it notes and stick them back on there. They're looking really good and grungy too. Great idea, Becky. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more here. Oops, let's move that out of the way. Okay. Let's put that right there. And that right there. Sorry about my squeaky table. Okay, see, we're pulling it off a little bit at a time. That's got more orange on it, but that's okay. It's looking good, I think. We've got one more of these that we'll work on. I think I'm going to put some of this really pale, cloudless is what it's called. It's kind of a pale blue. Let's see if we can just pull off as much of this orange as we can before we go on to the next one. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can pull off with this. We definitely pulled off some stuff. But that's not enough to... Oh, I guess it is. I don't care. I don't mind the grungy stuff on there. If someone else doesn't like it, then I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's do this kind of velvet crush. It's just paint, but I'm getting paranoid. Okay. Let's use some of this cardboard and just do some. Okay. Let's see what happens with this. You want to put some texture on it to save what you've done underneath so you don't lose it. Okay. That looks pretty cool. Let's put these back on. Oops, not quite straight. Alrighty. Let's do that again. So we can put some on the bottom part. And let's add in some. Okay. Now we'll put the bottom part of this on there. See, I'm going to start on this page. There we go. Well, that one turned out pretty good. I like that. Okay, I'm getting down the other ones that I painted. We've got this one, and another one kind of like it. And that one definitely needs some lighter stuff. So all of these need some work on them. Just lay those out here. But I think before I get to these, I want to go ahead and do another textured layer onto this one. So let's do yellow. Let's do a dandelion yellow. Okay, let's smooth this back out. Try to get it as even as we can. And then what kind of texture do we want to put on this one? Let's see. How about this? I haven't ever used this before. Styrofoam. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let's see what we can get with this. And that's pretty cool. Get my Post-it notes put back on there. I'm pretty pleased with how good these are staying after I'm coming off and being stuck back down and coming off and being stuck back down over and over, but it's working pretty good. Okay, let's do that again for the bottom. Alright, let's put this back. Try to get it even. That seems to be the thing you spend the most time doing. Okay. Don't want to let that dry because it's okay. That's my extra pull-off paper here. There's the bottom of that. Definitely going to have to add something, flowers or something on that. Okay, now we're going to move on to those other papers. I'm going to let this kind of dry a little bit. In fact, I think I'm going to turn this paper around. There we go. We can roll off over here for a minute. Okay. This is what we're going to do next. I think I want to use some blues on it. Let's use this one. Okay. And let's put this on it real quick. And we'll use this one to try to pull up some of that and make the pattern onto the jelly plate. Fabric is one of my favorite textures to use on the jelly plate. So we got dots now on that one. I don't know if I can get this on there fast enough. I wasn't thinking about that. I probably should have used a little more paint. We'll see. We got some stuff on it. Definitely is more interesting than it was. Definitely gonna need more layers. Okay. Let's use this dark purple on the next one. Well, I think that was maybe enough paint. We're going to go ahead anyway. Let's try this again. Okay, see, we got dots on that one now. Let's get this one down as quick as we can, so maybe we can get some on here too. Okay, yeah, we got some interest on that one too. Alrighty. We're going to do this one next, and it definitely needs something light with a fun texture because it's kind of dark. Brooding. We don't want brooding papers. What would be fun? We'll use some of this Martha Stewart Crafts Pearl. We'll see how that looks. We can get some fun with that. Alrighty. And let's find, let's do this. All right. Print that off over there. Oh, where is it? Here it is. Okay. Well, this might lighten it up so much we don't even see the purple and stuff anymore. That is a chance you take. All right, that's what that one looks like. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can pull up a ghost print on this one. Well, that's my dog wanting to be let in. I'm going to go let him in. Come on. Need to go lay down over there where I don't step on you. That's a good boy. Okay, we got a little bit, but not much. Definitely need to add something else to that one. So what would be good? Let's try this one. This is Peacock Pearl Metallic from Deco Art. Okay, there's got to be some in here. Just about out of this. Wow, I think that's it. Okay, let's see if we can get something pretty on there with this. Okay, and we want some kind of cool texture on that. Let's do this one. Come on, don't let it take so long it dries out on me. Alright, we pulled off some stuff. Now we'll pull this up. And let's see what happens. This may even not be, it's loose right there, so it may not be, it may be too dry. We'll see. So that pulled up some pretty stuff. I like that. Ooh, that's looking good. Sometimes the best ones are the ones you don't think are going to be any good. Alrighty. We've got this one to do. So let's think. Let's try this antique copper. Look a little bit more of this. Okay. And let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's try this one. I may have put not enough paint on it for it to work. Let's see. Okay. Well, we pulled off some. Let's see what happens. that's pretty. Look at that. Yay, I like it. Okay, that's all of those. Yep, that's all of those. Okay. I'm gonna try a technique now that's something I saw on I think it was the Jelly Arts people who put out videos. Anyway, they talked about doing making, what do they call it? Distressed wood or peeled paint or something like that. This is probably a little bit too much paint. But I think this will be a good underlayer for my distressed paint or peeled paint or whatever it is. Let me get my book back. Okay, let's see if we can even this back out. Trying to remember as I'm rolling off here whether they said to let this dry before you put the tape on it or not. I can't remember now. I should have watched it again before I decided to do this. I'm going to think that it should probably dry, so I'm going to let it dry here a minute at least, get partway dry. Sorry, I'm waving at you. Flap, flap, flap. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Whoops, that's not going to work. They said to put tape on it. Leave a little bit of space in between your rows of tape. You probably don't want to stretch them out like I was doing. Well, it doesn't seem to matter. Okay. That one's only going to be half on, but that's all right. Okay. And then you put some lighter paint on top of this. So let's do a we're going to go ahead and do this cloudless just for kicks. See what happens. I'm not sure how much it takes to get a. You may have to do several pulls before you get one that really looks like peeled paint. If I'm remembering correctly, the first ones don't look as much that way because you've only got one layer of paint on the tape. Okay. But it looks like boards, doesn't it? Okay, well, interesting. So let's go back in. Let's go back in with a little bit more of this. Not sure what to do. I should have watched the video again. But I'm here, so we're just going to play with it and see what happens. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to do my tape's kind of wrinkling up under there. I don't know how that's going to work. Uh-oh. Back down. Well, you can see the kind of board-like look. Let's see if we can flatten them back out again. I don't know if I don't know if you're supposed to go back in and adjust these or not. Okay. Now we'll go back with that pale color again. Okay, let's try it again, see what happens. I did fix the bubbling underneath. I don't know if that means I'll get a better print or not. Interesting. All right, let's do it one more time with the copper. And then I probably will stop for now and go back and watch that video again and see what I was doing wrong. I may not have been doing anything wrong. I may just have chose the wrong colors, or I don't know. Okay. One more here. When you get through, you have some pretty tape. That's a bonus. Okay. Well, that looks kind of like boards, doesn't it? Anyway, I don't know that I'm as impressed with what I did as what they did. And maybe because I only used 2 colors instead of going back and forth with some other colors. Just for kicks, let's do this dark blue and then do a lighter one at something and see what happens. Just for kicks. Okay. Okay. I'm still not seeing a lot of peely look. So let's get this light mocha and see what happens if we put that on there. Ooh, that one's spitting at me. I don't know why some of them do that and some of them don't. When you roll them on, it's really weird. Okay. Let's try this and see what happens. That one looks a little peely, but it's not terribly impressive. I'm going to let this dry. Maybe that's what I didn't do before, was let it dry. It's actually not. It's actually pretty dry. Okay. And let's do a chocolate brown. I think that's what this is. Chocolate bar. It's actually pretty dry. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay. Well, I don't know. I think just for kicks, I'm going to put some of this bright orange on there and roll some kind of texture onto it. And this will be our last attempt to play with this. Let's try using this and see if that'll help us get a more peely paint type texture. Can't even see very much if I got any. Okay. It's all fun and games, folks. It's not anything that you need to stress out about. You just play and experiment and see what happens. Oops. Okay, now that one looks more like peely paint, doesn't it? See, I just wasn't putting enough colors on. That's what it was, just wasn't using enough colors. I don't know, I said I was going to stop here, but it's really hard. It's really hard to stop, especially when you finally think you figured something out. So we're going to do one more. And I'm going to use a I don't know. You're all probably yelling a color at me, and I don't know what it is. I'm going to use this Regal Red Metallic. I'm going to make a part 2 to this video where I come back and work on these pages again with some more texture, and then I'll make a part 3 where I do some doodling or stamping on them, so you can kind of see the whole process. If you want to go that far, you don't have to. I love painty papers when they're just the painty papers and they haven't been doodled on or anything, but a lot of people like to go on and do more to them. So we'll do a part 3 for the doodling part, and a part 2 to put like some flowers or things like that on them. But I'm through for today. Part 2 will come tomorrow. Bless you all. Bye bye.